G'day guys, I thought I'd just make this really quick video. If you have a vintage mountain bike, whether it be a GT or anything else, early 90s, that would normally have a 110mm square taper spindle style bottom bracket. If you've got one and you absolutely love riding steel old vintage mountain bikes, but the gears just aren't doing what you want them to do anymore, you can 1x11 them. So all you really need is a Shimano or a SRAM bottom bracket, like so. That's a little bit dusty and dirty. I've got the Deore for the 1x10 speed cranks. They've got different spacing to the boost spacing, so I think they're 51mm offset. And I've got an 11-speed Shimano SLX rear shifter, rear derailleur and cassette. The only prerequisite you need is you have to have at least an 8-speed rear hub, 8 or 9-speed rear hub, or 10 or 11, and obviously for a 26er. And these 11-speed cassettes will fit on an 8-speed hub. I have made a similar video for this before, but not for a bike this old. So 11-speed cassette will fit on that's a Deore LX Parallax 8-speed hub. And as you can see, the chain line is good as well. So no dramas whatsoever. The bike shifts absolutely perfect. I found myself an old set of DX shifters that didn't have the shift pods attached to them. So I've got the stealthy looking 11-speed shifter there. And I don't know, everything on this bike is pretty much age specific or period correct-ish, except for the later model wheels and the drivetrain. So I wouldn't necessarily call this a Resto-Mod because it's pretty vintage. The only thing is it's got a super reliable drivetrain on it. So brakes are still the same, brake levers are still the same, the saddle, the tires, these are like old NOS Onza tires on it. So I haven't gone like modern Maxxis style tires. Everything is pretty vintage except for the fact that it's got a modern drivetrain. So the reason I've gone a modern drivetrain on this is the original DX, like the old shift pods, were absolutely shagged. And I ride this bike a lot with the kids and also the wife on bike paths. So the modern drivetrain shifts immaculately. So it can be done. Can be done to any old bike, whether it be an old Shogun, an old Specialized, an old GT. This is pretty stealthy, so I used to have a LX style crank on there with pretty flashy bolts and chainring, but I prefer the dark stealth look of this. So I don't know, it's not a Resto-Mod, it's still a retro bike, but it is ultra reliable, so easy to do. I just say go for it, ride what you like, don't worry about sticking to a specific category, or don't get too caught up in the age of the bike, age specific, purists or whatever. Just get out there and ride and have fun, and you will have zero chain slap and an ultra crisp shifting bike that works really well. Function over form. Cheers guys.